Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken for it before, but now we sell 5,000 naira. This one, before at the selling 300, now at the selling 500 because only don't cost. Down at the selling, before at the selling 3,500, now at the selling 6,000. ABT don't cost. About 2 months ago, we are buying the fruit. Like rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not to say like if you have increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future. The United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive, from tackling insecurity to investing in climate resilience farming to improving storage, irrigation, and transportation systems. That's in addition to strengthening farmers' cooperatives, access to finance and research. With the right investment, policies, and protection for its farmers, Nigeria may be on its way from food insecurity to food sovereignty. Because in a nation so richly blessed, no one should go hungry. In the heart of Ado-Ekiti flows a sacred river known as Omirin, the river of divine fishes. Here, the waters do more than nourish the land. They carry the spirit of a goddess. Local legend tells of a powerful deity who transformed herself into this river, leaving behind her sacred children, the fishes that swim within. To harm them is taboo. To eat them unthinkable. According to the people, no matter how long this fish boils, it will never soften. And anyone who dares to defile the sacred order by catching or cooking a fish from Omirin will face the wrath of the goddess herself.
Kí làwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó wá gbé lẹ́yìn yẹn?
Ó ṣe ètùtù ni. Ètùtù rẹ̀ ló ètùtù ẹni ló ṣe bẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ yá. Ẹ kú bó ti ṣe ètùtù. Bó ti ṣe ètùtù rẹ̀ ó wà in life till now.
The Erin Ayonigba River is not only a site of mystery, but also of healing.
Òun lè dókítà rẹ̀ agidi. Agbọ́mọ yìí dókítà ló gbé kàí ló bímọ. Òun lọ́ba iṣẹ́. Òun la alágbo ìwòyá wo mọ. Torí kó bá ti lóyún sínú, òun ẹbẹ̀ láti ẹ̀gbàgbọ́ títí fún mọ́kà mú ebi.
The people believe that its waters cleanse the body and spirit. They drink from it, bathe in it, and use it in their daily lives, trusting the river spirit to protect their community from harm.
Téèyàn bá gba àbọ̀dè, ojú ẹsẹ̀ yẹn ló ń bá lè yẹn máa rí tán á padà.
Visitors often come to feed the sacred fish with bread, watching as they gather gracefully at the surface.
Àwọn òyìnbó àwọn nǹkan kan ìṣẹ̀ṣe tán máa wá náà wá mú bíi 5 litre táà fi rọ omi táà ṣàdúrà táà ṣe kí à gbàdúrà. Níjọ́ kan àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni tó rọ́mọ bí wá sísàlẹ̀ lọ́run á wá gbàdúrà fún wọn. Ọdún kejì ẹ̀ ó wá gbọ́mọ yẹn wá tá a tún ṣàdúrà fún.
For the people of Erigio, Omieri is more than just the water. It is life, healing, and the heartbeat of their faith.
If you order Bolt, InDrive, or Uber and you see this man run for your life.
Immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Olo chef Bolt, chef Uber, chef InDrive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my God, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in Bolt, InDrive, and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you are telling me I'm not with your phone. He's like, you want me to kill you here? Immediately, he now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag. That he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, Bolt, and InDrive like a hunter, waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains, why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls. Every day they're going to complain about on our riders. Every day.
So why would Uber and Bolt and InDrive allow a known criminal walk with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple. How many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help. Like, the government should look into it. Police, they should look into it. And even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've inside this man car before, or I'm a victim, or I almost got kidnapped. What? The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, a call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the wheel as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. So somebody should do something about this guy.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Iyanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just for you to look for somewhere to just hide your head, just put your head.
And they face a lot of challenges here in this place because like what I'm saying here, the place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day. It's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up, is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon. So they will need to sell it. They will work hard to get the money here. But in this place, you see a lot of people, they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they will have to buy something. If rain fall, you will see a lot of water before you are coming into this place.
But beyond residents, thousands of people depend on these dump sites for survival, selling food and scavenging recyclables in risky and unhealthy conditions just to make a living. The question remains, how is the government tackling this challenge, and what is the plan for communities like Ojota, where the health of thousands is at stake?
We have monitoring and compliance officers who go around to enforce environmental laws. So since last year, we've arrested and prosecuted close to 200 offenders for littering, for dumping bulk waste. And we've also sealed a lot of facilities, commercial facilities that have not been obeying the environmental laws. We need to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We need to reuse as much of that waste as possible, and also to recycle as much as possible. And that's the gospel we've been taking throughout the state. We're currently running a 2-bin system in Lagos. We have 2 bins, a green bin for general waste and a blue bin for mixed recyclables. And we have 80,000 of those, which we're selling through our websites. The 2 legacy dump sites at Olusosun and Solus 3 in Igodo. Each dump site will be replaced by a transfer loading station. From these transfer loading stations, we'll transport waste to new material recovery facilities, one in Ikorodu and one in Badagry. And those 2 sites collectively will process about 4,000 tons of waste out of the 13,000 we generate daily.
With this sensitization, we hope that the market women actually comply with the rules of the Thursday sanitation. That's number 1, which is very essential. Number 2 is to keep their goods and the things they sell in the proper places they are meant to keep them. Trade in the proper places they are meant to trade. Don't trade on the walkway. Abide by the rules. Leave the amount of meters that's left to be on the road for cars and vehicles to, to move around. And not only that alone, it's also essential for our market women as well. Once they are done with the day's trade, they should clean and sweep, the place that they've carried out their trade, their stores and their shops, put it in a proper, nice waste bin, tie it up, and take it to where the lawnmower operatives are meant to carry out, their duties, and make sure the disposal is as neat and as clean as possible. Because that's where we buy our food. That's where we buy a lot of things to take to our houses. And if it's not properly kept and the hygiene is not well done, we run dangers and, risk of having food disease and, disease outbreak.
While government agencies continue to emphasize citizen responsibilities, residents insist that stronger intervention and real actions are urgently needed to prevent further environmental and health crises.
In addition, we have waste-to-energy projects planned for our EXPEL dump site, which has been closed. That's by the free trade zone. There's going to be a waste-to-energy plant there to be constructed by Harvest Waste, a Dutch company. And that waste-to-energy plant will take in about 2,500 tons of waste daily to generate 60 to 80 megawatts of electricity to power the future of Lagos. Loma has a partnership with Lamata to build a biogas plant that will take in organic waste, both solid and liquid organic waste, and generate biomethane to power the mass transit fleet of Lamata and the compactor trucks that we use for collection of waste statewide.
for us as a local government, it's something we've done with our legislative arm within us here at Agege local government, is to make sure that anyone caught disposing waste the wrong way is going to be fined 50,000 naira, and they would also sign an agreement that allows us to know that once they do the same thing again, is either they pay more fine, and also we also hand them over to the necessary authorities to carry out all other regulations on the all other enforcement on them. For example, some people actually go to serve jail term, in regards to dropping refuse, illegally. That's one thing. And also environmental sanitation. People that don't sanitize, carry out sanitation in their houses, clean their drainages, will seal up their houses and ensure they pay a fine. After sensitization, which is the month of September, we are also going straight to inner street sweeping. We'll be bringing out our people from the communities who will be appointed as street sweepers, and we'll pay them to make sure our inner streets are clean. We'll be making sure we carry along and then stakeholders around the ones that are nominated by the government to to sweep the major highways, across our local governments. Also, we are building an enforcement team, creating an enforcement team to manage people who have decided that they want to drop waste illegally. And not only that, we are also creating a drainage team that will be clearing all drainages across our local governments. We are also empowering and ensuring that we strengthen our own local security operatives to help us ensure that we catch people who are dropping waste illegally.
For now, Lagosians wait and hope that promises of cleaner, safer communities will move beyond talks and become a reality. Imisioluwa Afumisho, African News 24 TV.
Every morning, we wake up to breaking news that breaks something inside us. Another girl gone, another mother wailing, another life violently erased. What used to be rare is now routine. From city corners to quiet towns, girls are being haunted in a society that's slowly normalizing their disappearance. The world scrolls past their faces on social media, their names trending briefly before vanishing into silence. Bringing you the latest updates and reports. I am Praise Adeleke. Let's begin with the headlines. Chaos erupts as two factions of the People's Democratic Party clash at the party's national secretariat. Another schoolgirl escapes after abduction by gunmen in Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in KEBBI. A major outage at global internet infrastructure provider Cloudflare disrupts internet services in Nigeria and many other countries. Now the news in full. Let's dive into the bulletin with the drama and chaos of the National Secretariat of the People's Democratic Party, where two opposing factions clashed for the ownership of the Secretariat amid the party's leadership crisis. Our next report captures more. Chaos engulfed the People's Democratic Party at its national secretariat, WADA Plaza in Abuja, as rival factions clash over control of the party machinery, exposing deep rifts ahead of the 2027 general elections. The crisis ignited following the suspension of Factional National Secretary Senator Samuel Anyanwu, FCT Minister Nyesom WIKE, and others who have openly challenged party leaders he accuses of reneging on earlier agreement. Tensions flared when WIKE was initially barred from entering the secretariat, triggering confrontation between supporters of the opposing camps. He eventually gained access after a tense standoff. Shortly after, chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Bala Mohammed, Oyo State Governor MAKINDE, and the newly elected factional PDP national chairman, Kabiru Turaki, and other supporters were also blocked before finally being allowed entry. Anyanwu affirmed that his office as National Secretary remains functional until December 8, 2025, insisting that the Board of Trustees meetings must proceed. Police fired tear gas to disperse the crowd, and security around the secretariat was heightened. Amid the chaos, a PDP supporter was reportedly arrested, and party members were seen shielding themselves from lingering fumes. The National Working Committee, led by Turaki and those loyal to WIKE, are battling for the control of the PDP, leaving the party sharply divided and raising doubts about the readiness for the future election. The controversy in the People's Democratic Party is taking another dimension as a faction of the party, backed by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom WIKE, has approved the expulsion of several governors and key party figures over alleged anti-party activities. Those approved for expulsion from PDP include governors MAKINDE of Oyo State, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, and Dauda Lawal of Zamfara. Others are the former Chairman Board of Trustees, Aldofos Wabara, the factional PDP National Chairman, and the Deputy National Chairman, Taufik Arakbaja, among others. Factional Acting National Chairman Mohammed Abdurrahman said the decision becomes important due to repeated violation of existing court orders. A schoolgirl has escaped after being abducted from the Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Maga, KEBBI State, while 24 other students remain in captivity. During the attack on the school on Monday, the vice principal was killed by the gunmen while trying to protect the girls. The escaped student, one of the 25 abducted, fled through forests and arrived home safely, according to the principal, Musa Rabi Magaji. Another student not among the 25 also escaped earlier. The KEBBI state government has warned that bandits have started indoctrinating abducted students, adding to the urgency of the situation. More promises of rescue of the schoolgirls as KEBBI state governor Nasir Idris has assured the parents of the abducted schoolgirls of safe return. The governor was speaking after visiting the school for an on-the-spot assessment of the situation. According to the governor, quote, "We gave them confidence and we gave them our word that we would do everything possible to ensure that their children are returned." End of quote. In a related development, 45 kidnapped persons in Katsina State have been released. The victims, who were reportedly freed under a peace deal with bandits, were abducted from Guga in Gidan village, Bakori local government area of Katsina State. After weeks in captivity, The victims, who were both men and women, were reportedly released following negotiations under the Operation Safe Corridor Peace Accord with a notorious bandits leader known as Isiya Gawa. The Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sanusi II, has called on the people of Katsina State who are entering into peace agreements with bandits to ensure that they do not include the right to attack neighboring communities. Sanusi wants them to ensure that the gunmen do not extend their terror to neighboring states. The traditional ruler was speaking during a tour of communities recently attacked by bandits in Shanono local government areas of Kano State. Away from that, the House of Representatives have begun a public hearing on a bill that would mandate 15% women representation in police recruitment and introduce gender-inclusive reforms across the force. We have more in this report. Taking time. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has stepped up Nigeria's fight against cervical cancer with a donation of 1 billion naira. The donation, made through Renewed Hope Initiative, will fund nationwide screening, vaccination, and treatment programs. We'll bring you more on this story.
First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, has stepped up Nigeria's fight against cervical cancer with a donation of 1 billion naira. The donation, made through her Renewed Hope Initiative, will fund nationwide screening, vaccination, and treatment programs. Health officials say the donation will help more women access early detection and timely treatment, which are critical to saving lives. The First Lady emphasized the importance of partnership, urging government agencies, private organizations, and non-governmental groups to work together to eliminate cervical cancer in Nigeria.
Following the inauguration of this task force, strategic partnership to eliminate cervical cancer was formed in the country, and the launch of partnership to eliminate cervical cancer in Nigeria is another landmark achievement of the task force. Through the coordinated activities of PACIN, that's the partnership acronym, the task force aims to achieve the double aid goal.
We want you to go out there to help us broadcast the news, let men know about it. Information is very, very key in management of cancer.
Officials hope that with continued support and public awareness, cervical cancer can be reduced significantly, saving thousands of lives in coming years.
In other news, over 25 million Nigerians, especially children and mothers, continues to face hunger and malnutrition annually. The Nigerian Red Cross Society warns that this crisis undermines health, education, and national development. The new program set to be launched is aimed at tackling food insecurity by rehabilitating water points, restoring livelihoods, and promoting climate-smart, nutrition-sensitive farming practices. We have more in this next report.
Hunger and malnutrition continue to affect millions of Nigerians, with children and mothers among the most vulnerable, which shows that nearly 25 million Nigerians face food insecurity each year. Bubemi Uba, General Manager of the Fundraising and Resource Mobilization, during the unveiling of the organization Nutrition Advocacy Plan in Abuja, highlighted the scale of the crisis, stressing that malnutrition is not only a health issue, but a developmental challenge that undermines education, productivity, and national growth.
According to recent reports, nearly 25 million Nigerians face food insecurity annually, with children under 5 most vulnerable to stunting and wasting.
Secretary General of the Nigerian Red Cross Society, Abubakar Kende, explained that the society's new program is designed to break the cycle of crisis through a comprehensive approach, combining early intervention with long-term developmental strategies.
The initiative emphasizes the rehabilitation of water points, recovery of key livelihoods, assets, and promotion of climate-smart and nutrition-sensitive agricultural practice.
The initiative which prioritizes rehabilitating water points, restoring key livelihood, and promoting climate-smart and nutrition-sensitive agricultural practices. The society called on government, private sector, and community stakeholders to support the initiative, stressing that coordinated action is critical to achieving lasting solutions to the nation's hunger and malnutrition challenges.
Nigeria and Turkey are moving to strengthen diplomatic and economic ties with plans on the way to establish a Turkish consulate in Lagos. The announcement came during a meeting between Turkish Ambassador Mehmet Porio and FCT Minister WIKE in Abuja, highlighting ongoing collaborations between the two countries. Both sides expressed optimism about deepening strategic partnership, with the FCT administration pledging support for initiatives that promote economic cooperation. We have more in this report.
Turkey is reaffirming its commitment to strengthening diplomatic and economic ties with Nigeria. Its ambassador Mehmet Poy, during a courtesy visit to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, WIKE, gave the progress of the plan to establish a consulate general in Lagos. According to the Turkish ambassador, the process is currently at the final bureaucratic stage, adding that Turkey's 2 commercial councillors in Nigeria remain actively engaged in supporting bilateral cooperation.
Work with my authorities at this moment in order to open concretely our consulate general in Lagos. We have taken the decision. Now we are at the stage of completing the bureaucratic process, internal process. This will be also an important step in the future.
The Minister of the FCT, WIKE, described the relationship between Nigeria and Turkey as cordial and economically beneficial, noting that both nations are eager to deepen strategic collaboration.
The relationship between Turkey and Nigeria has been very cordial, and our economic relationship has also been very commendable, and we want to improve on it. So we think we can partner with you. If there are things in particular you believe that you need of assistance from the administration, do not hesitate to approach us. We will be able to help.
With both sides expressing optimism, the meeting signaled renewed momentum toward expanding diplomatic presence and boosting bilateral economic cooperation in the months ahead.
A major outage at global internet infrastructure provider Cloudflare caused widespread disruptions to online platforms across Nigeria and several other countries. The outage, which began at about 12:30 p.m., knocked many popular websites and applications offline, leaving users unable to access services. The disruptions affected key platforms that rely on Cloudflare's system to stay online. Cloudflare reported no evidence of a security breach, and normal operations continued returning progressively as improved efforts advanced. And on the foreign scene, United States President Donald Trump has unveiled special fast-track visas for people with tickets to the 2026 World Cup. For those who intend to join us for the World Cup, I strongly encourage you to apply right away, Donald Trump said as he announced the scheme in the Oval Office with FIFA President Gianni Infantino. The United States government has promised a seamless experience for the 2026 World Cup, despite concerns that Trump's broader crackdown could hurt fans. Infantino, who has repeatedly appeared at Trump's side since the Republican return to the White House in January, said so-called FIFA Pass was a very important announcement. United States Secretary of Marco Rubio, however, said the visa unveiling was not a guarantee of entry to the United States. Trump has made the World Cup a centerpiece event of both his second presidency and the 25th anniversary of U.S. independence next year. The draw for the World Cup is due to take place in Washington on December 5th, 2025. FIFA will present a new peace prize on that same day, with widespread speculation that it could go to Trump. Ukraine is set to receive up to 100 Rafale fighter jets, an advanced air defense system from France, in a landmark agreement aimed at strengthening Kiev's defenses against ongoing Russian attacks. President Volodymyr Zelensky described the deal as historic after signing letter of intent with French President Emmanuel Macron at an air base near Paris. Under the plan, deliveries of the Rafale aircraft will be completed by 2035, while joint production of interceptor drones is scheduled to begin this year. Although financial terms remains unresolved, reports suggest France intends to seek funding and tap into frozen Russian assets to support the initiative, a proposal that has sparked divisions among the 27-member bloc. Temitayo and Teniola will be taking us in the world of sport. Over to you, Temitayo.
Thank you and welcome to Sport. On the first news, respected transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has dismissed reports linking Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman with a January move to Turkish club Galatasaray. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Romano said there is no agreement between Galatasaray, Lookman or his club Atlanta, despite growing speculations. He confirmed that Galatasaray are interested in the 28-year-old, but noted that Lookman is only one of the several targets the club is considering. Romano added that no formal negotiations have begun and any move will depend on decisions from both the player and Atlanta. Lookman, whose contract runs on to 2027, has attracted attention across Europe following a difficult summer and tension under former Atlanta coach Ivan Juric. With a new manager now in place, any club hoping to sign Lookman in January would need to table a substantial offer. Meanwhile, Germany and Netherlands sealed their spot at the 2026 FIFA World Cup on Monday with a big win. Germany slashed Slovakia 6-0, while Dutch team beat Lithuania 4-0 to top their goal. Slovakia and Poland finished second in their group to reach the match playoff. Northern Ireland also made the playoff despite ending third. However, the earlier Nation League performance earned them a playoff record. Croatia edged Montenegro 3-0 and Czech Republic beat Gibraltar 6-0. German coach Julian Nagelsmann said his team delivered the level of quality expected on the world stage. And that's all on Sport at this hour. It's back to you for the rest of the news. Thank you and welcome to Sport. On the first news, respected transfer...
Thank you, Temitayo. Let's move over to entertainment. Edith Lawrence is standing by.
Thank you and welcome to Entertainment News. Music producer and singer Young John has set the industry talking again with the release of his 21-track sophomore album, Blue Disco. The project landed with an impressive list of collaborators including Wizkid, Rema and Asake, and listeners have already started pulling out early favorites as clips and reactions move quickly across social media. The new album is already drawing strong attention, partly because of the star power involved and partly because fans have been curious about how Young John would follow up his first project. Early listeners says Blue Disco leans into his familiar upbeat, melodic style but still shows a bit more range than before. And the online chatter suggests it could become one of the notable releases of the season as more tracks begin to catch on and the momentum grows. Moving on, Wizkid has stirred up fresh anticipation after teasing a new single titled Easy With Me. A collaboration with Odumodu Black expected to drop this Friday. The preview surfaced in a short clip shared online, and within minutes, fans began circulating it across multiple platforms. Many were caught by surprise at the link-up, especially since both artists operate in very different lanes musically. The buzz has been growing steadily as listeners try to imagine how Wizkid's calm, laid-back delivery would blend with Odumodu's bold street-influenced style. Early reactions suggest people are curious to hear what direction the track takes, and whether it leans more towards Wizkid's softer sound or Odumodu's heavier approach. With Friday approaching, the conversation around the teaser keeps picking up, adding more momentum to what is already shaping into a highly expected release. And that's it on entertainment news. It's back to you for the rest of the bulletin.
Thank you, Edith. And that's all we have for now. Thank you for staying with us on African News 24 TV. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. We'll be back with more updates in our next bulletin. I am Praise Adeleke. Bye for now.